Teixeira has him cutting. Beautiful ball, slipped it through that back line. Mirza scores!
We're going to see the onslaught by the Bears. They're going to push everybody forward. Guerin into the middle, saved by Walensky.
There was no flop.
Oh, box, and it's headed in by Diaz. Bulldogs take the lead.
To the area from here, runs up, takes the swing at it. It's right at the penalty position. Teixeira's there for a goal.
And welcome to Bedford High Stadium for the second game of our doubleheader here on Goffstown Rivalry Week. It is boys soccer. It is the 6-1 Goffstown Grizzlies against the 5-0-1 Bedford Bulldogs. I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Corey Munstetiger. We just had the girls defeat Goffstown 1-0 in the early game. Now the nightcap under the lights. We are set to kick off. These teams are both very strong, closely matched. Only one common opponent between these two squads. It was Manchester Central. Bedford defeated them 2-1. However, Goffstown beat the Little Green by a score of 3-0. And play is underway, and here's Corey Munstetiger with the call.
Quickly out of bounds on that far sideline, so Goffstown will throw it in. As you mentioned, Harry, two strong teams here in Division I soccer in New Hampshire. Should be a solid tilt tonight.
Now, what we saw a lot of in that first game, the girls' game, was a real defensive battle. The only goal scored on a set piece that might have been aided by the sun in the goaltender's eyes of Goffstown. No such problem now under the lights.
No problem as the sun has now set, probably about half an hour ago. Ball pinballing around a little bit as the teams feel each other out. Wallace comes down with it, serves it inside, but Benjamin can't catch up to it. Out of bounds off Goffstown, though, as Cole Osborne stepped up. Long throw by Hoey. Cleared off that back line by the Goffstown D.
Nicely played back there.
Mirza does nice to shoulder off. Goffstown midfielder there. Can't connect with Teixeira. That's cleared to the far side.
And a trip.
Tumble over there. They call a foul on Devin Hirsch. That far side. Bedford with the first opportunity to serve a dangerous ball into the box in front of Cam Viner, who is in the cage for the Grizzlies tonight. Bedford asks for 10 yards. Run over it. Now a low liner. Not much of a threat there. I think that was Bilecki not catching enough air on that ball to get it in and serve it to his offensive teammates. Bedford with some ball possession there, though, along that far sideline. Linking some passes.
They are retreating a little bit. Now they're trying to advance the ball.
Caplow with a long ball, couldn't connect with that front line.
Whistle on the play.
They start quickly. And now Benjamin. Shadowed by Jalbert. Colin Johnson distributes to that left back, and now Hoey will come up from his right back position. Tries to link up with Teixeira, but that's intercepted. Stepped in by Dylan Jalbert.
Taken away.
Ethan Benjamin serves Wallace. Wallace into the middle. Can't connect. Santerre plays it wide. Back to Wallace. Teixeira, low liner. Handled nicely by Viner and Cage. So early going here as Bedford trying to tilt the field to our right.
And Bedford with the first real offensive chance of the game. Good takeaway there that set up that play. Although Viner had no problem making the save.
Distributed out from the cage, Walensky. Tennant volleys it up. And now Benjamin through midfield. Spofford steps up for the Grizzlies, takes that ball away. Now Benjamin challenged in the midfield by Hunter White. Grizzlies have an impressive start to the season, as you were saying, Harry. 6-1. Solid opponents for the first 4 games at least. Last 3 they've kind of been able to cruise with bigger separation.
Their only loss was against Keene, 2-0.
They started off the season with a win at Londonderry, home against Londonderry, 1-0, and then beat Manchester Central away 3-0, and then at Pinkerton 1-0, starting 3-0. Then they lost to Keene, as you mentioned, 2-0. That was a home game against Keene. Then the last 3, they beat Timberlane 5-0 away, Salem 5-0 at home, and then Winnicunnet 4-0 at home as well. So an offensive output of 14 goals in 3 games for the last 3 for this Grizzlies offense. Little feint there and served out nicely to Wallace. Tavis Wallace puts it right at Viner.
Yeah, that really wasn't a tough shot there. Could have tried to put it more toward the far goalpost, but he put it right into the goalkeeper.
It's coming on full speed. It's tough action there. Likely wanted to keep it on frame. As many times you get really excited and you haul off on it, sky it over the cage, and you don't even give yourself a chance. Tennant steps up here and clears it off the back line. And now it's all the way back for the Grizzlies. Jake Bates distributes from his center back position. We welcome in our BC TV viewers, as well as those who aren't able to be here in person, all spread throughout the country.
I think we might be on Goffstown TV as well.
Fans from around the United States. Fun to see. Hoey will throw it in for the Bulldogs. Spofford heads it away, but Colin Johnson is there. And now Teixeira will calm things down and bring it towards the middle. Distributes far side for Tennant. Mirza on a run. Beautiful ball by Tennant, sets him up. Distributed in the middle, one deep whiffed, and now the goalie misses, and it's cleared off that back line.
Quite the opportunity there for Bedford.
Jake Bates for the Grizzlies cleaned that up, but before that there was some excitement as one of the defenders missed the ball in a clearing attempt. Went over the goalkeeper Cam Viner's hands and was presented nicely on a platter, but there weren't any Bulldogs there to finish. Santerre now comes down with it. Benjamin distributes. Teixeira centers. Mirza runs on. Wallace gets tripped up. No call.
Bedford showing some nice hustle here, winning those chases to the ball, although that one went out of bounds.
Heavy touch there by Colin Johnson. So the Grizzlies will throw it in near side. Trevor Spofford. Hunter White. And Harrison Vaughn trying to make some connections up top there for the Grizzlies. Mirza gets onto it. Defended nicely. But the Bulldogs persist.
Good possession save there.
Good D on that last play. And now we have another opportunity.
Oh, just missed it.
Wallace can't finish right in front. Beautiful distribution. I believe that was Bilecki on that far side, serving it across with that left foot. Wallace was there, just couldn't get a foot on it.
Couldn't slide to get that foot on.
But the Bulldogs putting heavy pressure on this Grizzlies defense right away, right from the start.
Yeah, all the offensive chances so far have been for Bedford.
Johnson, Wallace, now Hoey. They turn it over. Spofford delivers high. Here's Vaughn. Slowed down by Benjamin, and now Santerre is able to come onto it. Cole Osborne wins it for the Grizzlies. Distributes back to Spofford. They pinball it around. And now they'll go far side, switching fields over to Troy Naperkoski. Bilecki steps up. Tips it out of bounds, so the Grizzlies will regroup. And they'll do so a second time.
We're 10 minutes into play and still no score here between Goffstown and Bedford.
Nice volley there. Hunter White tries to set up Vaughn. Defended well by Tennant. Chipped back in. Kaplow's there to head it away. Once again, Kaplow gets that foot out. Prevents that diagonal cross. Hoey settles, plays it back. To approach Kaplow, so he moves it ahead to Benjamin. Tennant plays it up that far sideline. Disrupted well by the Grizzlies, though. And now played ahead by Cole Osborne. Long shot in by Boris Romanovic. Walensky was there. I believe that was going wide left, but Walensky gathers it in and he'll settle things down. Momentum going either way now. The Bulldogs had a strong first 10 minutes of opening play, and now the last 2 or 3 has been more even. Now Mirza tries to run onto it, but I believe the Bulldogs will earn a corner, as coming across was Troy Naperkoski to play that.
Yeah, that was a great
out of bounds.
That was a great lead pass, you know, between 2 defenders, landing it right where it needed to be. And all Goffstown could do was just kick it away, and they give up the corner kick here.
Jacob Bilecki will take this lefty in-swinger. Has his teammates set up in the box. Threatening spot. Bulldogs can't get onto it right away. Wallace heads it forward, and now Bilecki will see it trickle out of bounds near side, where the Bulldogs will have a throw in. Trying to connect with Mirza there close to that 6-yard box, but it does bounce all the way into Cam Viner. He fields it. We'll have his D pull up. Nice punt, getting well over midfield. That's Naperkoski playing it forward on that far side. And trying to connect here with Cole Osborne. but it's too far ahead, so the Bulldogs will have a throw. It's largely what we expected to see here. Two solid teams slugging it out, neither really dominating too much, although the Bulldogs have had better opportunities, two to speak of. We're not able to cash in on either. Have moved a little bit away from their early ball possession. Long ball here played by Teixeira is scooped up by Viner. Solid 15 minutes in this opening half of play. Johnson a little too hot to handle near side, so the Grizzlies will throw it in. Here's Spofford. Harrison Vaughn. Now Jalbert. Spofford. Play a little 1-2, but can't make the connection on the 2. Hoey will throw it in for the Bulldogs. Teixeira. Ball bounces nicely to his foot. Cuts it for Santerre. Santerre through ball. Two Bulldogs there, but they're both offside. Nicely played between the defenders in that tough little spot there. And he had two Bulldogs running onto it, Mirza and Bilecki. But one of them, couldn't see who, but one of them was offside, so play whistle dead. Now the Grizzlies turn it over right away. Bulldogs will have a throw on that far sideline. Played out from the back line by Lucas Bagidi. And now forward. Great job by Benjamin to come back and help out his D. Johnson, nice tip. Back into the middle, Santerre. Santerre plays a through ball. Trying to connect with Bilecki. And that's cleared away.
Yeah, those lead passes have been very impressive. They seem to just land right in the right spot. Can't finish them, but they're getting them there.
Takes a lot of skill, too, because, again, you don't want to have too heavy of a touch. It goes over that end line harmlessly. Want to put a nice little touch on the ball so your teammate can catch up to it. Place it between the defenders. Ball deflected away by Kaplow. It'll be a Grizzlies throw on the near side. This is Vaughn. Vaughn to White. Now back to Spofford. Spofford serves one in. And that's handled by Walensky for the Bulldogs. He's got his highlighter yellow uni on back there in the cage this evening. Tennant plays forward. Mirza now. Bilecki will play a long diagonal. That's headed out by Jake Bates, and then Kaplow comes in from his back line. We'll call a foul there, though. The Grizzlies will have a free kick to restart. Spofford now, as they start it quickly, he serves it in. Kaplow heads it out. Benjamin, and now headed back in. Here's a go. Deflected as it tries to get through that back line, but Boris Romanovic trying to pop one through there. Teixeira. Nice touch to the middle to Johnson. He tries to get back to him, but coming back is Spofford. Now Bates. Scoots it far side. Naperkoski. Nice passing along that right wing for the Grizzlies, and that will earn them a corner kick. First corner kick for the Grizzlies. Devin Hirsch over there looking to strike it lefty. Lefty in swinger right to Walensky. He scoops it up. two-handed save out in front of his face. Calms things down and now distributes to Wallace near side. Wallace back to Hoey.
Went off his leg funny and just one goes out of bounds.
That was an awkward touch there. I think his left foot hit it right before his right foot was swinging through and just moved it delicately but just enough out of the way and made it an awkward strike. Spofford here now tries to come forward. Now a long ball.
Here we go.
Trying to connect with Mirza. Mirza lets it through, gets to his left foot. Dribble, strikes.
Oh,
Great save, Cam Viner. That looked like it had eyes for that far post, but Viner got a paw on it and deflected it out. Mirza now runs onto it again, but there to clear it out is Begidi. Now the Grizzlies will calm things down a little bit and serve it way back to the Bulldogs' back line.
20-minute mark of the first half.
Kaplow all the way forward to Teixeira. Teixeira looked like he was trying to tip it up to Mirza, but I believe he just missed the touch. And now Romanovic tackled there, and they will call that. Kaplow came forward to challenge. They'll call a foul on that. The Grizzlies will have a free kick. See here on the replay. Nice long ball here to Mirza. You see him get to his left. He likes that left foot. And he doesn't strike it super hard, but that looked like it had eyes for that back post. And Viner gets a nice hand on it to tip it out of a threatening trajectory. Here's Romanovic, serves it in. Benjamin heads it out. Romanovic runs onto it, takes it away from Santerre, and now Benjamin sneaks in and disrupts that play. Santerre distributes. Teixeira now. Teixeira pauses. Back to Santerre. Santerre through ball trying to hook up with Bilecki on that far sideline. Cleared off. Now Benjamin controls. Bulldogs trying to get back to that ball control offense where they're maintaining possession and linking passes as much as possible. Here they miss everything, and Viner will come out and calmly pick up a rolling ball in his defensive area. Here's Benjamin, senior captain. Again, looking for Mirza on that run. One touch, and it goes out over the end line. Lucas Begidi was there to defend.
Yeah, Mirza turned on the Jets, tried to get around his defender, couldn't quite do it, wound up losing the ball past the end line.
Some substitutions for the Grizzlies. Luca DeMarco and Ryan Filipina will come on with fresh legs. Wallace settles here, touches forward, keeps it in bounds. Can't connect with Teixeira as that's cleared out by Bates. Benjamin, far side to Tennant. Tried to chip it, but that got deflected. Luckily, the Bulldogs back onto it. Centered pass here. Wallace can't catch up to it in the middle, but does catch up to it before it goes out of bounds. A couple fakes there, but it is cleared out. Spofford there to volley it out of harm's way. Teixeira brings it all the way back. And then Kaplow will bring it even further back to Walensky. Walensky far side to Tennant. Tennant chips it forward. No Bulldogs there, so Lucas Begidi will come over. Reset things for the Grizzlies. We'll get a foul there as Benjamin will get called for a push. Grizzlies will restart. 16:05 left in this first half. Back and forth affair. We're still knotted at 0. Spofford back to Bates. Now Begidi. Far side tipped ahead, but then out. So on the throw in was Naperkoski. Now Begidi will bring it all the way back to Viner. Kaplow ranges forward, volleys it out of the way. Wallace interrupted there. Taken away by White. Spofford now has some time. Chips it ahead. Kaplow is there. Santerre tries to tip it to Teixeira, but that's interrupted nicely. Now White plays it back. Begidi. Bates. Long ball on that right wing. Headed back. Vaughn is there to pick up the rebound. And now near side, here's Luca DeMarco. Serves it in the middle. Tennant can't make it there. Headed just to the left of the cage. I believe that was Romanovic.
Let's watch this replay here. Here's a
Nice
kick,
service
centering kick
from DeMarco. Header there, gets it down. Looked like it almost might have glanced off that left side post.
Yeah, I think Walensky might have gotten a fingertip on it.
Romanovic was there though. Headed it down, did a nice job not skying it over the cage, and that was the first real threat by the Grizzlies. Corner here. Battled for, deflected out. They'll call a push on the Grizzlies, so the Bulldogs will have a chance to recover here after that first significant threat by the Grizzlies. Kaplow takes a deep breath, pauses, settles things down, and now he'll serve it long. Headed off that back line by Naperkoski. And served ahead, trying to connect with White, but goes too far over his head. Wallace into the middle for Benjamin. Back to Wallace. Takes space towards the middle. Tennant forward, Santerre now. Defended nicely. Cole Osborne over there. Served ahead and catching an elbow from behind was Benjamin. I believe they'll call Bates on that. Ticking down to 12.5. Kaplow will come up to take a free kick. A few yards inside the half field. Definitely threatening position. It looks like the Grizzlies will try to hold the 18. Little chip. Right in trouble area, and Viner's there. Was headed on. I believe Tavis Wallace got a head on that to try to flick it in towards the goal.
Yeah, he redirected it just a little bit, but Viner tracked the ball and pulled it in, keeping it scoreless.
Quick pass back by DeMarco. Spofford feeds it forward. Can't connect with Sagna. Teixeira. Chips left, can't connect with Santerre, so cleared off that back line. Call foul on the Bulldogs here. A few yards over the midfield line, so the Grizzlies will restart. Still 0-0 as we get close to the 11-minute mark remaining in the first half. Played in. Dangerous area, flicked on. Walensky comes off his line.
Very close.
He's able to scamper out to that ball. Grab it, hug it before any of those Grizzlies could get a solid foot on it.
But another close call there for Bedford.
Bates ranges forward from the back line. Got a foul and maybe a handball right after. Either way, Kaplow says, let's get going. Serves it out to Bilecki. Bilecki tries to chip it to himself. Now plays a long ball. He's going to have trouble catching up to it and can't. Shield it off nicely. They do not call it out of bounds over there.
Now they do.
But now they do. I believe that was Santerre trying to catch up to it. Or Johnson, I believe. Yeah, that was Johnson on that far side. Tough to see the numbers up here. Black uniforms, red numbers, old eyes. Not a great combination as we're inside 10 minutes, 0-0. DeMarco here serves it wide. Grizzlies play it back. Here's Bates. Fakes inside, now plays the long ball. He's trying to connect with Sagna. Oh, he comes across. Benjamin gets his body in the way. Serves it forward. Touches out left to Teixeira. Can't get a good strike on it. Viner comes out and gobbles it up. Nice job by Tennant challenging Cole Osborne. And now Bagidi defending nicely, but it tips out of bounds off of Osborne. Throw in for the Bulldogs. We'll get some substitutions. Looks like Rodriguez will come in.
Devin Hirsch is in the game as well.
And Matthias Jacobson on the field now for the Bulldogs as well. Bagidi clears it out, but not too far. It went really high, but not a lot of legs. Running onto it, Santerre, Mirza, Viner, another save. Mirza always in the right place at the right time. He's an amazing goal-scoring machine. I don't know his totals so far, but it seems like every time I see him play, he's got great opportunities.
But Viner's been really tuned in, keeping the Grizzlies in this game. A couple of huge saves, including that last one.
He sure has. Nice footwork there near side. Devin Hirsch ahead here for Jacob Sagna.
All alone.
Trying to cross up the defender. Good help. Gets a strike. Walensky's there. Rebound. Batted away. Great job by Kaplow to get a foot on it and get it out of pressure.
Oh, yeah. Kaplow was huge there because the goalkeeper, Walensky, put himself out of position. He was moving away from the ball, and it was kind of a sitting duck situation.
Rodriguez now served by Mirza. Back into the middle. Nobody there, but Bagidi, he plays it forward. Pushed forward. Last run by Sagna was tough. He crossed up the defenders. Now a long ball by White is going to travel harmlessly over the end line for a goal kick for Bedford. Another substitution here. Harrison Vaughn back in. Hunter White heads to the sideline for the Grizzlies. Walensky plays it short as the Bulldogs try to build from the back. Wallace tips it in the middle. Benjamin. Wallace now runs onto it. Mirza tips it out. Couple of fouls that could have been called there, and they finally do. Near side official called the first one. I believe he was playing the play on advantage. And then the second foul occurred, so he blew the wall dead. Now Kaplow strolls over. The senior captain will try to serve it in a threatening area. Just outside of Viner's reach, near that PK spot. Farther outside than he was probably imagining.
Yeah, the ball kind of turned away from the goal.
Foul is called on that far side. Grizzlies restart. We'll get another substitution. Tennant comes in for Santerre. They'll move some players around. I believe Bilecki will move back up into that midfield position. Long throw up, trying to find Mirza. He's double, now triple teamed. Now quadruple teamed. He finally serves it back out. I believe this is Santerre. Again, tough to see those numbers. Might be Johnson. Here Bilecki gets an angle. Chips to the middle. Viner deflects it out of bounds. Bulldogs will have a corner.
The attacker coming in close to the goal line, very sharp angle, and Viner just sealed him off there with the sliding save. Gave up the corner though.
That was Bilecki streaking in from that left wing. Strong lefty. Trying to mix it up, get an opportunity. Now the righty in-swinger. Kaplow finishes, header, goal. Great job. Let's see the replay here. I believe it's Colin Johnson on the corner. Big number 4 gets pushed forward from his center back position, gets a great head on it, forces it down, high bounce into the back of the net.
And I think Jacob Bates was assigned to that player, and he slipped just in front of the net, and that allowed the Bedford player a clean shot on net.
So the Bulldogs with 4:19 left in the first half.
Goal in the 37th minute.
Beautiful corner kick from Johnson. And Kaplow finishes the deal. Now it's all about recovery. See who's going to respond here. Do the Bulldogs get energized by this? Do the Grizzlies cave? Do they get excited? Do they counter-strike? How does this play out? Nice tip here by Hirsch. Keeps it in bounds. Plays it into the middle. Tennant is there. Volleyed forward. Now Octavius Wallace comes back. We'll bring it to the middle and distribute to that far side. Bilecki, long diagonal, looking for Mirza, too far forward. Viner. We'll call a handball there on Dylan Jalbert. Just wide of his right-footed attempt to trap that ball as Benjamin headed it forward, and now Kaplow will stroll ahead. Has the goal. He's looking for an assist now as he tries to serve it into the penalty area. Referee wants him to back it up 1.5 yards. That was a critical 4 feet. Kaplow serves it in now. Headed away by Bates. Cleared forward. Hoey. Vaughn now runs onto it. Tipped ahead Hirsch. Tennant heads it away out of trouble. Jacobson forward to Mirza. Wallace now, long ball far side. Bilecki has time and space, but it bounces over his left shoulder and out of bounds. We're down to the 2-minute mark. The clock on the scoreboard will stop. They'll keep the rest of that time on the field for the remainder of this half. Officials' discretion as to when to blow the half dead. 1-0 is your score. Beautiful header by Eli Kaplow from the corner kick from Colin Johnson has the Bulldogs up. Rodriguez. Back to Rodriguez. Bodied off by Bagidi. Now Hoey touches it forward. Tries to keep it in bounds, but it does go out of bounds. Devin Hirsch in chase for the Grizzlies. Spofford opts for the easy throw to Vaughn. Interrupted there by Hoey, and now Spofford forward again. This time finds Romanovic. Bates comes ahead. Strong play to clear it. Now Spofford does the same. Tipped out of bounds by the Grizzlies, so Hoey will throw it in. Long throw from number 5, Hoey, the junior defender. We'll get a foul here and another opportunity for the Bulldogs to serve it in.
We're about 90 seconds into the 2-minute stoppage time.
Colin Johnson will play this free kick. Far post, header down. Bilecki can't get a great strike on it, and it's cleared out by the Grizzlies. Tipped out of bounds, the Grizzlies will have a throw. Excuse me, that was a Bedford throw, so they do take it back. Walensky will settle things, and we should be just about time, and there it is. 2 toots on the whistle, and the Bulldogs will close out this first half. 1-0. Again, a header by Eli Kaplow on a corner kick from Colin Johnson has the Bulldogs up 1-0 at half. We'll take a break and join you for second half action in about 10 minutes from Bedford High School Stadium. And we're back here at Bedford High School. Bedford, New Hampshire, as the Bulldogs are playing host to the Goffstown Grizzlies.
It is Goffstown rivalry week. Started yesterday with field hockey. Bedford winning that one 7-0. And then the earlier game today, girls soccer, Bedford winning that 1-0. That's our score here going into the second half. It was Kaplow scoring off a corner, 37th minute, put the Bulldogs up.
So 1-0 is your score, 40 minutes back on the board. We are underway here in the second half. Somewhat unusual formation for the Bulldogs as they lined up for that kickoff. And now Teixeira pushes forward. Shot right-handed, Viner punches it out. Hoey, excuse me, that's Wallace. Wallace comes in for the rebound, lefty strike, and he puts the Bulldogs up 2-0 just 30 seconds into this second half. Beautiful play by Tavis Wallace.
And that comes off a rebound. Teixeira putting a shot on net that Viner is able to make a save on. But Wallace swoops in, picks up the rebound, puts it in. Bedford up 2-0. So the Bulldogs scoring in the 37th and 41st minutes.
Yeah, not a lot of game time between them there. Caleb Yater in for the Bulldogs in net. We'll play the second half.
Good goal by Tavis Wallace.
Beautiful job there by Wallace as he didn't give up on the play, and that rebound came right out to him. Now long ball here for Osborne. Tries to cut it back in the middle. Santerre, now Bilecki. Tipped away. That was White moving it ahead for Jalbert. Jalbert back into the middle. Here's Osborne. Into the middle for Romanovic. But they can't get a good shot off there. Here's Teixeira regaining possession for the Bulldogs. Ahead for Mirza. He's out on the break. It's just too strong. Heavier touch than needed. And Viner comes off his line.
Great pass, just got away a little too quick.
Bagidi, nice job to avoid the onrushing Teixeira. Now it's tipped away. Mirza, tackled nicely by Bates. Teixeira challenges there. Now Johnson heads it. It'll come out of bounds on the near side. Johnson distributes to the middle. Here's Benjamin. Near side, Bilecki. They'll play a long lefty cross, looking for Wallace again. Nobody touches it on that far side, so Viner will have a goal kick. 2-0 here. Bedford leads. First half goal by Eli Kaplow on the corner from Colin Johnson. And then Tavis Wallace, just 30 seconds into this second half, picks up a rebound and volleys it into the back of the net for the second goal. Bulldogs in a strong position here as they start this second half. Wallace. Spofford interrupts and disrupts that play inside to Osborne. Now back outside, Hirsch. Shouldered off by Benjamin. Johnson kicks it off one of the Grizzlies. Now the throw in. Here's Santerre. Connects with Wallace. Benjamin brings it all the way back to Kaplow. Tennant. Teixeira loses to White, but Benjamin is there to clean it up. Near side, Bilecki. Serves it in. Too high. Kick is up, and it's good. Viner watches it harmlessly go through the uprights. Goal kick now for Bates. Flicked ahead by Osborne. Now Kaplow will need to retreat. Cuts it outside. That will go off of Vaughn for the Grizzlies. Tennant will throw in for the Bulldogs. Headed down and forward by Naperkoski. Johnson tackles Osborne, and the Grizzlies will have a free kick. Hunter White will line things up for the Grizzlies. White serves it in. Headed out by Kaplow. And now with the head of steam, Bilecki serves it out to Teixeira. Grizzlies back in numbers. Mirza tries to get through. Battles the defender there, tries to cut it back. Can't do it, but it is off of Bagiti for a corner near side. And hustling over is Santerre to get things started before the Grizzlies can get their defense back. Santerre waits, and now we'll serve it into the middle.
Bulldogs got their first goal off the corner. See what happens
Strong
here.
kick, back post. Grizzlies first to it. Hirsch. And now I believe we'll get a foul on that far side on the Bulldogs. So Bates will calm it down and serve it forward. Back into play. Tipped ahead by Hirsch. Fought for in the midfield by Jalbert. Santerre. Tackled by Wallace. Plays it near side. Bilecki runs onto it. Defended there by Naperkoski and then served into the middle. Stepped up nicely. That was Romanovic. Kaplow comes across. Slide tackled. Vaughn pokes that ball out of a threatening area.
Gave up the throw-in order to prevent a break in on goal.
Substitution here. Number 3 for number 3. Excuse me, no, that's 22 that's on. That's Ryan Filipina. And Cole Osborne will trot to the side. Aprikoski on the throw. Now he'll give Hunter White a chance. White into the middle. Kaplow heads it out. Brigidi volleys it ahead. Does so a second time. This time connects with Romanovic. Finally, Benjamin runs onto it, plays it ahead. Here's it chasing it. And Bates will play it up that far side. Here's Spofford. Spofford tried to get it ahead, but found the head of Wallace. And then it's deflected out of bounds off the Grizzlies. So the Bulldogs will have a throw. Kaplow plays it near side. Tennant settles, looks for the pass, and now plays it all the way back for Yater. Two-touch, Yater plays it to that far right side. Nice touch there by White to get himself out of trouble. And now near side Filipina. Good body position there by Tennant, shielded Filipina off quite nicely, showing some strength, patience, and a little bit of wisdom to let that trickle over that end line. Junior defender doing quite well on that play. Foul there on the Bulldogs. Oh, he came forward, got a little too much body. Now waiting for his opportunity for the Grizzlies is Hunter White. White ready to get things started. Low liner right into the wall. Now played back out to that far left wing. Wallace shields off, earns the throw for the Bulldogs. Just about 10 minutes into this second half, the Bulldogs lead 2-0 over the visiting Goffstown Grizzlies. Kaplow and Wallace are your goal scorers this evening for the Bulldogs. Teixeira calms things down, plays it out to Wallace. Back into the middle to Teixeira. Couldn't make the connection. Tennant will now run on to the loose ball. Benjamin plays back to Hoey. All the way across again nicely as the Bulldogs maintain some possession here. They look for that long ball. Wallace running on. Evades the defender, gets onto the ball. Viner kicks it away from pressure. Wallace, great job running onto that long ball.
Yeah, great hustle there. Turned into a scoring opportunity. Viner was ready for it, but still, anytime you get the ball on net, things happen.
Cam Viner has been busy this evening. Several opportunities in that first half. Now a couple here threatening, in addition to the 2 goals that have gone through. Bilecki will serve it in from that far corner. Short corner, Teixeira back to Bilecki. He'll serve it in low, it gets blocked. Hunter White there to deflect it out for the Grizzlies. Rodriguez comes on for the Bulldogs, and Bilecki will have a seat over near Coach Pepper. Teixeira plays it all the way back. Kaplow. Tennant. Near side Wallace. Ahead for Johnson. Johnson. Bates couldn't play it out. Now Johnson will get called for a push deep in the box. The Grizzlies will play it out.
Dangerous turnover there by the Goffstown player. Maybe didn't realize he had a Bedford defender right behind him.
Begidi. Near side to Naperkoski. He plays it out off of 2 Bedford defenders. And now returns the favor as Filipina deflects it out. Tennant misses the connection. Now Vaughn gets stuffed by Benjamin. That's a handball. They don't call it. Into his body. Benjamin plays it across for Santerre. And now looking for Mirza was Teixeira. Hustling after it. Rodriguez giving his teammates a chance there. Played out from that back line, though, by the Grizzlies, and the Bulldogs will have a throw-in on the far sideline. That was Santerre having that potential opportunity there, just above the 6-yard box as he ran onto that. I believe it was hustle on that far side by Rodriguez to give him an opportunity. And now Mirza is going to get called for a pull. Little holding, little tugging, little grappling. Actually, it looks like it went out off of the goal line, so it's going to be a goal kick here. Ticking down to 26 minutes left in the second half here. Bulldogs ahead 2-0. Eli Kaplow got the scoring started with just 4 minutes and 19 seconds left in that first half. Beautiful corner kick and a finish. Corner by Colin Johnson, and then the header by Kaplow. Put the Bulldogs ahead 1-0 at half. Shot here by Wallace. Liner extends with 2 hands, diving to his left.
Yeah, that was a sneaky good shot there. Wasn't moving real fast, but Viner had to react to it.
Wallace, who just had that shot there, was able to knock in a rebound just 30 seconds into this second half for the second goal, putting the Bulldogs ahead 2-0. The Bulldogs have been happy to maintain possession. They've threatened a couple more times. Looking for Mirza here again. Rodriguez runs onto it. Now finally the Grizzlies will get some possession here. This is Hirsch. Ahead for Filipina. Kaplow clears it out. Hunter White. Playing forward. White back onto it. Naperkoski. Begidi. Now Bates. All the way forward. Hirsch tips it into the middle. Naperkoski. Yater comes off his line. Excuse me, that was Vaughn way up there for the Grizzlies. Yater clears things out. Santerre dips his head, it hits off his back and goes straight up in the air. Now Johnson tries to get it ahead, but temporarily possessed by the Grizzlies, and Tennant sends it deep left down the wing. Begidi will throw it in for the Grizzlies. Wallace settles things down. He'll chip. Looking for the on-rushing Teixeira. Just out of his reach. Goal kick, Grizzlies. Viner with the goal kick. Grizzlies throw in. Nice shield there by Benjamin, using his long, lanky body to keep the defender off. Teixeira tosses it back to Hoey, who will take the throw in. Big throw ahead for Mirza. Tries to get to the middle. Nicely played there by Lucas Bagidi. Steps ahead and tips that ball away from pressure. Spofford can't connect. He tried to connect with Filipina. Missed the mark. Now the Bulldogs back with possession. Wallace ahead. And Viner comes out. Viner punts it out to the left-hand side. Spofford now. Intercepted by Benjamin. Mirza. Tipped into the middle. Now near side Wallace. Bulldogs building some pressure here. But stepping up nicely as the Grizzlies defense. And now played forward. Vaughn trying to run onto that, but just out of his reach. Caplow comes over. Cole Osborne coming ahead, trying to put pressure on as well, and now here's Hunter White. Some substitutions for the Grizzlies come on. Naprikoski will serve it into the middle. Header there. Off the mark by DeMarco. Yater will scoop that up, bring it back in for a goal kick. Just about halfway through this second half, the Bulldogs ahead 2-0. Goals by Eli Caplow and Tavis Wallace have the Bulldogs cruising. Hoey now. We'll play the long ball. Connects with Wallace. Rodriguez tries to tip it ahead for him. Ball out of bounds on the far side. Teixeira will be fouled there. White came in a little heavy on the backside. Bulldogs will have an opportunity to serve it into the box. Caplow strolls over quietly and confidently as the Bulldogs attackers will congregate just outside the 18 box. Served in. Headed away by the Grizzlies. Hoey, near side Bilecki. He's dispossessed near side. Osborne. Now Caplow steps ahead. Marco can't possess, but Santerre can. Wallace. Nice little pass here to Benjamin. He's got some space. Lefty shot. Too far to the left. Good ball. Viner didn't seem too concerned. That was our first clue that it wasn't on cage, but nice lefty opportunity and service. Right there by Ethan Benjamin. Wallace sent him in. Benjamin pushed forward looking for that opportunity. Johnson mistimes his jump. Now the Grizzlies near side. Comes out of bounds. Naprikoski couldn't catch up to it. Teixeira. Osborne comes away with it. Jalbert all the way across the formation. Switches fields to his left back. Romanovic is cut off, and Bilecki sends it over to the inside scoop. Centering ball here. Osborne able to keep possession for the Grizzlies. A 1-2 with Jalbert. Jalbert now into the corner, and he earns a corner kick for the Grizzlies. 17 minutes to go here, second half. Bulldogs ahead 2-0 over the Grizzlies. Here's Hunter White. Header here. Great play by Teixeira as he was the last defender. Yater was coming over, but Teixeira kept it out of the net. Well done by Gabe Teixeira. Mark that one down as a solid defensive play in this second half for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Teixeira in the right spot there. Yater not in position to make that save.
Defenders usually want to be inside front post, inside back post. And in that case, the inside back post was the crucial positioning for the Bulldogs. Grizzlies will throw it in. Spofford ahead, looking for DeMarco. Shielded off by Tennant. Goal kick Bedford. They play it quickly near side. Bilecki. Teixeira tries to chip it. Can't quite get it over the Grizzlies defenders. Now coming back here is Osborne. All the way back to Bagidi. Now Bates. Forward for DeMarco. Crossing pass connects with Osborne. Couple of fakes, can't get a shot off. White can't get a shot off either. Now he fouls Benjamin coming back. Who's checking back in from his midfield role. Helping out in the defensive end. Earning the foul and the free kick for the Bedford Bulldogs. Caplow long ball. Searching for Rodriguez. Goes far side for Wallace. Now Rodriguez again. Tries to tip forward. Nobody there. Spofford serves it ahead. Jacob Sagna tries to run onto it. Hoey, little feint, misdirection. Yater clears it. Dylan Jalbert. Romanovic. Back to Bagidi. Osborne, doubled, tips it out of bounds. Harry, I see a lot of cruise control here in the second half with the Bulldogs. They got up early by 2 goals, just 30 seconds into this second half. Now they seem to be happy to serve a long ball here and there, see if they can threaten, but overall just keep possession and play solid defense.
Yeah, Bedford's in the driver's seat here. Like you said, 2-0 lead. They can just possess the ball and send it down into the Goffstown end like they're doing right here. See if they can run it down. You got Minor coming out of his net to fall on that ball. Goffstown's going to get a little desperate here as the clock ticks down. They're going to start sending more people into the offensive end. Might open up an opportunity to respond for Bedford.
Possible we might see a formation change, perhaps put just 3 back instead of 4. Defender ahead, make a substitution, try to get some offensive firepower on the field.
And that'll come sooner rather than later with a 2-goal deficit. We saw that in the earlier game, the girls' game, but that was only a 1-0 score. So they waited fairly late before they sent everybody in. But with needing 2 goals here, Goffstown needs to come up with something.
Bulldog throw in on the far sideline, right in front of Coach Pepper. Santerre trying to run onto it. Now here's Wallace. Cleared out and away. Jalbert and Osborne. Now back to Osborne. Keeps it in bounds, but tips it off of Ethan Benjamin to earn the throw for the Grizzlies. See a substitution here. DeMarco goes out. Vaughn back in. Jacobson on that volley for the Bulldogs. Romanovic serves it inside. Vaughn runs onto it. Tennant tips it away. Now Hoey clears it out of trouble.
Great opportunity there for the Goody. Just kind of ran past the ball, lost his balance. The Goody, I should say.
I believe that's Jacob Sagna, number 2, playing high for the Grizzlies. Jacobson comes back again for the Bulldogs. High in the air. Both teams battling. Kaplo's header is volleyed back in, and now Bilecki plays it out to that far side. Wallace tipped ahead.
Here's a chance.
Mirza, numbers moving forward for the Bulldogs. Wallace back into the middle, can't connect. Near side though, here's Johnson. Cuts it ahead, lefty back into the middle. Tipped around across the mouth of the goal by the defender and just wide to the left. Bulldogs searching for that 3rd goal, almost an own goal there by the Grizzlies. And now the Bulldogs will have a corner kick from the near corner. The ball was perilously close to going in for a 3rd time there. This time off of one of the Grizzlies defenders. Served in. Headed out. It'll be a corner again. Did look like that was off of one of the defenders. Santerre was starting to trot back because it felt like he thought it was off a defender, or excuse me, one of his teammates. Was off one of the Grizzlies defenders though, couldn't quite tell who it was, but Santerre will line it up again. Back post. Kaplo tries to get there. Headed away by
another corner.
Hunter White, but yes, you're absolutely right.
This time on the far side.
Struck by Wallace. Goes off a Grizzlies defender, and now the lefty Bilecki will walk over to that far corner. Serve one in for the 3rd corner kick in a row. Bilecki approaches. Great ball, back post, finding Kaplo again, but he can't hit it this time. And it will go out for a goal kick. Ticking down to 8 minutes. The Bulldogs ahead 2-0. Bates plays it quickly near side, Napierkowski.
A little too far.
Osborne couldn't catch up to it. Bilecki to Mirza, back to Bilecki. Lefty service into the middle. Santerre decides to keep possession instead of a strike at the goal. Now he'll have a go, just high.
Off the crossbar of the goalpost.
That is not too far above that crossbar of the soccer goal. Not a bad strike there from Santerre. Viner. His goal kick just shy of midfield. Santerre. 1-2 with Mirza. Wallace looking for Johnson. Headed out by Naperkowski. Spaghetti wasn't fooled there as Johnson tried to mix him up. Now Bilecki slowly strolls over for the throw-in. I believe they'll have an offside.
No, they gave up possession there.
It was offside. So Bates will have a free kick near side. 6.5 to go here. Bulldogs ahead 2-0. Kaplow on the header on that play, as well as the first goal. Troy Naperkowski plays that ahead. Here's Romanovic. Tries to put on the brakes. Can't quite keep the ball at his feet. And now away with it, Colin Johnson. Excuse me, that's Santerre to Johnson. Bilecki gets tangled up, commits the foul. So Jake Bates will serve this in. A few yards onto the offensive half. He approaches, serves it high. Yater decides to let it bounce and take it off of that first bounce. Pulls it down without too much of an issue. Throws it out looking for Johnson. Bilecki touches it ahead, Santerre. Johnson now. Johnson looking to connect with Wallace. Wallace is in. Chips it. Second goal of the game, Tavis Wallace. Beautiful ball forward, and Wallace has a brace.
Here's the replay.
Saw him just
alone.
getting behind those two last defenders.
Split those defenders and got it past Viner. Second goal of the night at the 76th minute. Wallace again puts Bedford up 3-0.
Outstanding pass
Davis
forward,
Wallace.
Joe. See that replay again. I believe it was Johnson again getting a second assist from the game on the game. So he played that forward from just over midfield. That was a long ball. Maybe we'll see that replay, maybe we won't. Either way, Wallace in behind the defenders, runs onto that ball. Here it comes. A little too late. Here's that last play. This is Colin Johnson on the previous play. Seeing the one that just trickled outside of that goal mouth. But I believe that assist will go to Johnson on that long ball to Wallace. 3-0. Bedford leads late in this one. Yater comes all the way out. Hugs it, dives on it.
Here we go. I didn't get the number of the player that started.
Beautiful
I think
finish.
it was Johnson. Number 12?
Looked like it might have been 11, Teixeira. I don't think Looney is in there. Bilecki takes a push, earns the free kick. As you mentioned, we're inside 5 minutes. Time is kept on the field by the officials. Likely about 2.5 left at this point. Commanding game here this evening for the Bulldogs. Really, honestly, not giving up too many real quality chances for the Grizzlies to score. There might have been 1 or 2 solid opportunities. Other than that,
yeah, those mostly came in the first.
This field has largely been tilted in favor of the Bulldogs. Here's Sagna. Plays it in. Romanovic. Volley here. Tipped in. No goal, though. As Cole Osborne was offside. Looked pretty, but we'll see here on the replay. Osborne gets a little bit of a head start. And he's behind the last defender, second to last defender, as the rule states. And is ruled offside by the near side official. He was right there in line. Made the call rather quickly. Mirza gets called for a little too much physicality. Bates long ball. Benjamin plays it forward. Foul on the far sideline. Stop the clock while they get a ball in place. Should be just about a minute to go here in this one. Appreciate Bill Jennings up on top of the press box this evening, bringing us our camera work. Andrew Fenn on replays back in the booth, providing a quality production this evening. Mirza tries to spin and hammer one through the defense. Can't get a solid shot off. Now Bagiti takes the tumble, but there's a reason for that, as Bulldogs are called for the foul. Aprikoski ahead, intercepted there.
Collision.
Back and forth ping pong action going on here as we close out final little bits here of this game.
Yeah, our clock just hit 5 minutes, so this game should be over any second now.
Kaplow ahead to poke one last one away. Johnson near side. Tries to push forward, gets fouled from behind. Tough foul there. Near side official comes forward, says, come on, let's not trip people from behind so blatantly next time. Senior captain Eli Kaplow likely rallying for a card of some sort. Kaplow again, first goal scorer here tonight. Beautiful header on the corner kick from Colin Johnson. That was with 4 minutes left in the first half. And Wallace with a brace in the second half. His first coming just 30 seconds into this second half on a rebound volleyed home, putting the Bulldogs up 2-0. It was cruise control for quite some time until just about 5 minutes left in this game, where Wallace broke through that back line again and potted one for his second on the evening, putting the Bulldogs up 3-0. Hader clears one off, high in the air. Jacobson heads it forward, now near side, Colin Johnson. CJ scoops it ahead to Mirza. Mirza again, right place, right time. A few different opportunities tonight, couldn't quite pot one. Fancy footwork as the Bulldogs try to close out the waning seconds here of this Tuesday night affair, Goffstown rivalry week. Girls soccer was able to take victory in the first game this evening, 1-0 against the girls squad from our neighboring town. And now the Bulldogs look to finish this one here.
And
I believe volleyball is tomorrow night, right, Harry?
Yep, volleyball tomorrow, 6:30, and then football on Saturday, all Goffstown, all the time.
Quick correction, that's football on Friday night, not Saturday.
Sorry, you're right.
Just making sure people don't tune in on the wrong day, Harry. We want
You're right.
them to listen to you.
You're right.
There it is, 3 whistles, that'll do it. Bulldogs victorious tonight here. 3-0 is your final score. Appreciate everybody tuning in on BCTV. Again, thank you to Andrew Fenn for the replays. Bill Jennings, the Grand Poobah upstairs, bringing us video coverage. For Harry Kozlowski, I'm Corey Munster Tiger. Have a great night.